Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ryan Warhurst. I'm excited to be coming to you this afternoon. This is the online portion or the webinar of the workshop that I did a couple weeks ago on overcoming the biggest obstacles to weight loss and individualized approach for lasting results. So I am super excited to be bringing this to you today. And with that, this is going to be a workshop, a webinar like no other. And I can say this confidently because I'm going to be sharing brand new things from an application standpoint as well as an approach standpoint with some things that we are going to be offering in the office. And so again, I'm super excited to bring in this to you. And let me tell you why I'm bringing this to you. Why I'm looking at or why I'm bringing a new approach, and it has to do with my son, Wyatt. I'll say this, Wyatt, from a health standpoint, I will put his health up, to anybody. He's a very, very healthy kid. He's hardly been sick, but here's the thing, he's got some growing up, let me say it this way, growing up he had eczema, he had severe food allergies, and here's the thing, for Jen and I, that and Jen's my wife, that we ran into, and it was frustrating for us because just speaking from our heart, or my heart, is that prior to us getting pregnant, Jen and I, we're doing things from a nutritional standpoint, a detox standpoint, to prepare our body for conception. We were getting adjusted, on a regular basis. We were eating well. We were detoxing. In fact, we did a 30-day detox prior to conception. So we, we're doing all the things that we knew, to do. With that, once we conceived, Jen did a phenomenal job as far as nutrition, while she was pregnant, doing the things, again, doing all the things that we need to do. And then with that, delivery, right after delivery, Wyatt was adjusted. He has been adjusted since day one, okay? First hour of life he was adjusted. And so with that, and then, from, he was breastfed. Once he was weaned, we were impeccable, about his diet. He never ate anything, okay, that wasn't prepared by us, until he was 2 or 3. Actually, it was closer to 3. Okay, and so with that, we did all of these things, but with that, he had eczema. He had these immune responses, to certain foods, and certain foods that Jen would eat, since she breastfed for the first year. And so with that, we were just seeing these things, and didn't know exactly what was going on. But with that being said, now I do. Okay, and so with that, I'm coming to you to share some things that has really helped us with Wyatt, but I'm bringing it to you to help you. Because on one hand, the journey that we've been through has been it's been tough. It's been tough. Just the struggles that we've seen him have to endure, but also we know on the other hand is that, hey, this is actually a blessing, because we know that with what Wyatt has been through and what we've been through, we can help more people. And so with that, what I can say is, again, I am I know without beyond a shadow of a doubt, if we didn't do the things that we did, prior to conception, during Jen's pregnancy, after delivery, breastfeeding, Jen's, what she ate with breastfeeding, and really what we fed Wyatt once he started eating solids. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, because I've had multiple doctors say, if you guys didn't do what you did for him, okay, it's highly likely that he would be on the spectrum, and that's the autism spectrum. Okay, so I do not regret doing anything that we did, because I know that he was better off. We were doing everything for his body to help his body function and heal at its best. Okay, but with that being said, there were still some things that was triggering his body and not allowing the body to heal and function, like it was designed. And that's really what this is about. This webinar is about. Because again, I'm going to be offering some additional things to my patients to help your body heal and function like it was designed. So again, the main reason that I started looking at this was because of Wyatt and everything that we've had to do. But I'll say it this way: another reason that started looking at this was that 2020, it was a very interesting year, to say the least. Here's the thing, Colorado was one of 2 states that prohibited chiropractors from seeing their patients unless it was a matter of life or limb, without jeopardizing one's chiropractic license. So with that, my wheels during that time where my office was closed, when it was shut down, my wheels started turning of, okay, I've got to figure something out so that I can help people if something like this ever happens again. Okay, so I need to be able to find a way to help people if this happens again, as well as I need to provide I need to provide for my family. So this is a way that I can help people, and not have to physically be in the office or see you in the office. This is something that we can eventually do on a virtual basis, but we can absolutely do in the office as well. And with that, what this approach is it's starting to look at lab testing, blood work, hormones, stool tests, immune panels. Okay, and here's the thing: is that I've always had an interest in these things. I've always had an interest in studying labs and the physiological adaptation that the body goes through under certain circumstances. But I've never had the time to really dive in and study those like I would like, and be able to bring those to my patients. But this past year, 2020, gave me that time. So again, on one hand, 2020 was really hard. On another hand, it really gave me the time to dive in and be able to provide some additional things that can help your body heal and function like it was designed. So again, like Wyatt, on one hand, it was a hard struggle. There was, tears on Jen's part, on my part. But again, I wouldn't change it for anything, because it's taught me a lot, okay? And it's taught me how to have a greater impact on people's health. Okay, and the one thing I want to be clear about is that this approach is 100% congruent with what I have been doing in my office since day one. Okay, I've been in practice for over 17 years, since day one of Victory Health Center. I have been saying that the body has an amazing ability to heal as long as it's not interfered with. Okay, and again, the system that controls all healing and functioning of the body, that's the nervous system. And I will say it this way: the nervous system is the most important system in the body. Okay, if it's being interfered with, the body is not going to be able to heal. It's not going to be able to function like it was designed. Okay, the other ways that our bodies can be interfered with are the other essentials. Okay, so when I say the other essentials, absolutely chiropractic care. Okay, spine, the nervous system is an absolute essential of mass living. Another essential is nutrition. Okay, nutrition is absolutely essential. Food is fuel for our body. We got to make sure that it's good fuel. Okay, and then detoxification. Okay, is essential. So again, toxicity can absolutely interfere with the body's ability to heal and function. A lack of movement, so exercise. Okay, our bodies have a genetic requirement for movement. Okay, and so with that, we must be moving. Okay. Mindset is absolutely another way that we can interfere with the body's ability to heal and function, because what we think, okay, we get more of. Okay, if we think negative, we're going to get more negativity. If we think positive, we're going to get more positivity. So with that, those are the other essentials. So again, what I've said since day one is the body has an amazing potential to heal, capacity to heal, as long as it's not interfered with. We must start with the nervous system, because the nervous system, it's the system that is the main process. It's the processing center. It's the main computer of our body. Okay, if it is interfered with, it's going to affect everything else. Okay, with that being said, okay, we must understand, okay, that the toxic burden of our day today, okay, is so much greater, okay, than 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. Okay, we are bombarded from a toxic overload on a daily basis, on a moment-to-moment basis. Okay, from the foods we eat, to they're inundated with pesticides, antibiotics, hormones. Okay, with that, the indoor, we oftentimes, when people think of toxicity, they think of outdoors, toxicity. Okay, but here's the thing: is outdoor, toxicity, the air we breathe, chemicals that we're exposed to, absolutely has an impact, on our body's ability to heal. Another aspect of that is the indoor air. Actually, the indoor air is, they say, 10 times worse than the outdoor air for the response that it has on the body. Okay, so with that being said, some other things that absolutely has a negative contributes to the toxic burden. I've said, foods. I've said, chemicals, indoor, outdoor, vaccines, medications. There's all sorts of different things. Okay, but here's the thing: we're exposed to more chemicals and more toxins today than we ever have before, and it's that burden. Okay, that is overloading people's system. Okay, it absolutely, that is absolutely affecting their nervous system. Okay, but it's also affecting the other systems of the body as well. And what I'm going to be bringing, and what I'm now able to offer, my patients, helps me better address those other systems. Looking at the hormones, looking, at blood sugar, at, the immune system, the GI system, okay, the cardiovascular system, those things to help address areas of interference that are inhibiting your body to heal and function like it was designed. So I am super excited about this. I am going to be really rolling this out in this webinar right now. Overcoming the biggest obstacles to weight loss, an individualized approach for lasting results. Okay, so specifically we are going to be talking about, when we talk about the biggest obstacles to weight loss, the number one biggest obstacle is inflammation. Number two is blood sugar. Number three is thyroid issues. Then the next are hormones. So we're going to be talking about cortisol, testosterone, okay, as well as estradiol. Okay, so those are the biggest obstacles to weight loss. So here's the thing. When it comes to weight loss, do you need more information on the detrimental effects of being overweight or obese? No. Okay. The fact of the matter is you don't need more information. You need more results. Okay. You need more results, because here's the thing. Everyone knows what's healthier to eat, an apple or a donut. Everyone does. Everyone doesn't need more information on what's healthier. Everyone knows that the apple is healthier to eat, but what do most people choose? Okay, most people choose the donut. Okay, so here's the fact of the matter is that people don't need more know-how, they need more do-how. Okay, they need more do-how. Okay, I can tell you all the stats, in the world that carrying excess weight is going to have an impact on heart disease, cancer, all of these, diabetes, all of these different things. Okay, but you already know that. Okay, so again, you don't need more know-how, you need more do-how. Okay, and really one of the biggest things that can be helpful, okay, for creating more do-how. Okay, is to have a reason, okay, of why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you wanting to get healthy, or why is it, okay? Why is it that you're wanting to lose weight? Okay, that big why, okay, it can absolutely drive you and help you accomplish your goal. Okay, for some people. For some people, that why can be, hey, they're going on a vacation. They want to lose weight. They want to look better, in a bathing suit. I mean, let's all be honest. Let's all be honest. We all want to look better, naked for our spouse. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. When it comes to a big why. Okay, I'm going to encourage you to really think about it. Really think of something that is a motivating factor for why you want to accomplish what you're setting out to do. Okay, because here's the thing. If you have a big enough why, you can overcome most hows. Okay, again, if you have a big enough why, you can overcome most hows. Okay, here's the thing. What I find to be most effective is when people, have a why of, okay, I want to lose a few weights. I want to lose a few pounds to look better in a bathing suit. Yeah. That can be, motivating, or that can be beneficial for some. Okay, but what I find to work best, and when I see people make a huge transformation, like lose 30, 40, even 50 pounds. I've seen it, but the common theme for those people is having a big why that's not just about themselves. Okay, for instance, okay, Jen and I are older parents. Okay, and so our big why, okay, our big why, and the reason that we are making the decisions that we're making today is because not only do we want to play with our grandkids, we want to play with our great grandkids. Okay, so the only way that we can make that happen is that we've got to live a long life. Okay, not just, and I want to be clear, not just live a long life. I want to live a long, healthy life, be in phenomenal shape and phenomenal health, so that when my grandkids, they're going to have to be, keeping up with me rather than me keeping up with them. Okay, so again, I want to be playing with my great grandkids, and as a dad right now, I'm going to be turning 45. Okay, I've got a 5-year-old. He's turning 5 on the 31st on Wednesday. I've got an 18-month-old. Okay, so I've got to be making some specific decisions right now, okay, to ensure that's going to happen. Okay, so again, that's a big why. Okay, that's a big why. And again, if you have a big enough why, you can overcome most hows. Here's the thing. Here's the thing is that willpower, okay, going back to the apple or donut, most people just go by willpower. And for some people, they have a high willpower, okay, and that for a lot of people can is super helpful. Okay, is super helpful. For others, okay, that's just not the case. They may be lacking in willpower. But here's what I'm going to say: is willpower backed, okay, with a big why is critical. Okay, it's critical. Okay, and it can take you a long ways. Okay, just that willpower backed by a big why. It can take you a long ways. So with that, what I want you to do is I want you to be thinking. I want you to be thinking of a big why. In fact, at the workshop, okay, a couple weeks ago, I had everyone write their big why. Why do you want to get healthy? Why do you want to lose weight? Why? Okay, I want you to think about that. I want you to put this on your mirror. I want you to put that big why, on your, in your car. Okay, so that you can constantly, be looking at that. Okay. Again, willpower backed with a big why is critical, and it can get you a long ways. Okay, but here's the thing: is that for some people with willpower, okay, and a big why, for some people that only gets them so far. Okay, it only gets them so far because there's some real underlying problems that are inhibiting the body from losing weight. And really, that's what tonight is all about. Okay, that's what today is all about. That's what this webinar is about. Again, it's about overcoming the biggest obstacles to weight loss and individualized approach for lasting results. So here's the key. Here's the key. I want everyone to understand is that today, in everything I'm going to be talking about today, there's two parts. Okay, there's two parts. There's the foundational part, the first part, okay, is the foundational part. That applies to everyone. Everyone absolutely is going to benefit from the things that I'm going to be speaking about. Okay, and again, everyone is going to benefit from going back to the 5 essentials. Okay, the 5 essentials. Again, chiropractic care, addressing the interference to the spine, the nervous system, nutrition, exercise, mindset, detoxification. Okay, so again, here's the key. The foundation of today's talk for everyone. Okay, for everyone. So again, everyone is going to benefit from doing two things. The first is reduce inflammation. The second is normalize blood sugar. Okay, those two things every single person will benefit from. Okay, and with that, another way to say this, and this is a handout that I had at the workshop, a couple weeks ago, and that's the Innate Foundations program. Okay, if this is a sheet that you would like, just ask me in the office or ask Maddie, and we will get this to you. And really, the Innate Foundations, okay, program applies to everyone. Okay, and what that is, it's whole food nutrition, okay, structured movement, enjoy nature, daily gratitude and devotionals, regular chiropractic adjustments. Okay, so again, these are immediate things that you can start doing now. Okay, you can start working on, or at the very least, spend some time thinking about, reflecting, on these things, and start doing them. Okay, start doing them. Okay, so again, the first part of every part of today's webinar. Part 1 is going to be applying to everyone. Part 2, okay, is going to be going beyond the foundational. Okay, it is going to go into specifics. Okay, and with that, going to be looking at the way that we can get specific with these things. Okay, that I'm going to be talking about is really starting to look at different labs, lab work, blood testing. Okay, custom panels. Okay, those are things that I am going to be offering in the office. Okay, to identify where you're at. Okay, and with that, create a specific game plan moving forward to start addressing the underlying issues that are inhibiting your body's ability to heal and function, like it was designed. So address those issues specifically. Okay, so again, part 1 applies to everyone. Part 2 is, hey, we're going to be talking about different labs, different markers, and really what can be done specifically if that's going on with you. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first place we've got to start. Okay, the first place we've got to start is the inflammation. Okay, like I said, the number one biggest obstacle to weight loss is inflammation. Okay, inflammation, here's the fact, is the inflammation is involved in every disease process known to man. Okay, and there's a critical concept regarding inflammation. Okay, but it's going to apply to every aspect of today's webinar, everything else that we're going to be talking about. Okay, and the concept is the idea of short-term acute inflammation versus long-term chronic inflammation. Okay, critical concept. Okay, short-term acute inflammatory process is incredibly necessary. Okay, the acute inflammation, short term, that can be from an allergic reaction, that can be from infection, that can be from a trauma, an injury, a cut. Okay, those are all signs. All of those things create acute inflammation. So it's short term. For example, okay, we're in March Madness time right now, so college basketball. In fact, my Baylor Bears are playing tonight, so super excited. But if you were to be playing basketball, you were to sprain your ankle. Okay, when you sprain your ankle, there's trauma to the tissues. Okay, and what happens is that inflammation increases. Here's the thing: is inflammation. We need that inflammation when we injure a part of the body. Okay, acutely, we need that inflammation to protect and help heal the joint. Okay, so again, that short-term acute inflammation, it's part of the healing process. So we absolutely need it. Okay, because again, it helps heal the joint. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem: is that for most, the short-term acute inflammation, it really turns into long-term chronic inflammation that is never properly addressed. And here's the thing: when that happens, all the other systems of the body start to break down and malfunction, and that can be the cardiovascular system. That can be the digestive system. That can be again, the circulatory, the immune system. So again, some common things that we can see, are cardiovascular disease, neurologic disease, autoimmune. We see RA, cancer, lupus, chronic fatigue. Just some things that we can see. And so one way that we are going to be starting to look at, okay, chronic long-term inflammation, okay, is through lab tests, blood work. Okay, so with that, we're going to be looking at. I'm going to be offering custom, panels. Okay, a key inflammatory marker, okay, on blood work, it is the CRP, C-reactive protein. It's a baseline inflammatory marker. Okay, so again, it gives us an understanding of, hey, how much inflammation is in your body. Okay, is if you're inflamed, hey, it's going to create a lot of issues. Okay, and with that, one of the issues, it's going to affect your ability to lose weight. Okay, so again, like I said, inflammation is the first place we look at, or number one biggest obstacles to weight loss. Okay, some other things that we're going to be looking at on the custom panels, both male, female, vitamin D3. Okay, vitamin D3 critical to health and well-being. It's critical to the immune system. It's critical to bones density, to name a few. Let me put it to you this way. Is absolutely it's great to have a specific number, as far as on a vitamin D test, or the vitamin D 25 hydroxy. Okay, so it's great to have a specific number, and ideally we want that number to be between 70 and 90. Okay, but let me put it to you simply, is that I can say that the majority of people listening to this, okay, are deficient in vitamin D3. They can benefit from taking a vitamin D3 supplement. Okay. Another thing that I can say confidently is most people listening to this, okay, are probably inflamed. Okay, and also with that, they can benefit from improved blood sugar regulation. Okay, so here's the thing for everyone. Okay, again, everyone can benefit. Okay, from addressing those things. Okay, vitamin D3. Okay, increasing your intake of vitamin D3 or exposure to the sun, because sun is the way that we naturally get vitamin D3. Okay, but again, must have normal inflammation, must have normal blood sugar levels, because here's the thing: if those things aren't normal, or if those things aren't addressed, then everything else that we're going to be talking about now with this webinar isn't going to have a chance. Okay, so with that, critical to address those things. So we're going to dive deeper into the custom blood work. So again, in the custom blood work, the male-female panels, we look at inflammation. We look at vitamin D3 levels. Okay, some other things, of course, that we look at: CBC. Okay, CBC is included in the custom blood work. This is what most blood work looks at. Okay, this is what it looks like, but typically it always comes back normal for most people. Okay, and here, if you've ever had blood work in the past, you're used to seeing this test. This is just the beginning of what we're going to be looking at now with our custom panels. Okay, just the beginning. Okay, this here is also a continuation of the blood work. Okay, again, if you've had blood work before, this is the continuation of what is typically measured. This is the comprehensive metabolic panel. So one of the things that we really look at here is glucose. So again, normalizing blood sugar, critical. Okay, on this comprehensive metabolic panel, you see how everything is normal. Okay, this gives a false representation that everything is normal, that this person is fine. However, as you will see as we go through the webinar, you'll clearly see that there's other stuff going on that we would have never identified with normal medical testing. So again, the blood testing that that I'm bringing to the office, it's custom blood work. It's not the normal testing that you've had. This is diving deep to see what can be interfering with your body's ability to heal and function, and looking how it's affecting the other systems, like I talked about in the beginning. Okay, so again, on the blood work, we look at inflammation. Okay, so again, we're going to be looking at CRP, the baseline inflammatory marker. So with that, that leads to the question: what is the leading cause of long-term chronic inflammation? Okay, it's simple. It's food. Okay, the foods we eat are the leading cause of long-term chronic inflammation. Everyone will benefit from eliminating the food that we know cause inflammation. It's not, not an if. No, we know cause inflammation. The top 4 are gluten, dairy, sugar, and soy. Okay, so eliminate those. Critical to eliminate those. We also critical to eat whole foods. Okay, and when I say whole foods, I'm not meaning eat at Whole Foods. No, I'm saying eat whole foods. Eat foods that have no labels. Okay, so stay away from the processed foods. So start there. Start there. Everyone will benefit. Okay, everyone will benefit. Their health will benefit. Decreasing inflammation will benefit. Okay, even seeing an impact on weight loss will benefit. Everyone will benefit from eliminating gluten, dairy, sugar, and soy, and eat whole foods. Again, everyone will benefit. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing is that if you have made nutritional changes, okay, if you've eliminated the gluten, the dairy, soy, sugar, and you feel like you're beating your head against the wall as you're not seeing the results you want, then we need to get more specific and do a food inflammation test. Okay, food inflammation test. This test will identify specifically which foods are inflammatory and problematic for you specifically. Okay? This allows us to be very specific from a nutrition standpoint for you. Not just guess, okay, but know specifically what is causing inflammation, for your body. And with that, that's this test right here. This is the food inflammation test. Again, gives us an understanding of what is causing inflammation for one's body, for your body. Okay, and here's the thing: is everyone, okay? We know for everyone, okay, eliminating dairy, okay, and gluten, wheat, okay. We know that those things are inflammatory. Okay, so on this, here is just some of the different foods that the food inflammation test looks at. Okay, so there's 132 different foods that is going to be analyzed to see what's causing inflammation for the person's body. Again, wheat and dairy, it's no wonder that wheat and dairy show up. Okay, and so that's not surprising, okay, to see on somebody's test. Okay, however, what is surprising, by a show of hands, those that are going to be watching this, how many would think that a peach would be inflammatory for somebody? Okay, for this person it is. Okay, for this person it is, and here's the thing: is that most people aren't aware of this. And in fact, this is exactly a test that we did on Wyatt, and it gave us some very important information, because what we identified is that foods that Wyatt's were inflammatory for Wyatt, that was affecting his immune system. Okay, were eggs, okay, coconut, and almonds. All 3 healthy foods. All 3 healthy foods. Healthy foods. Okay. We knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt that he dairy affected him greatly, and so he never had, dairy. Okay. Once we figured it out, never had dairy again. But here's the thing: since we weren't, doing dairy, what we were doing is we were doing coconut milk. We were doing, almond milk. He was eating eggs for breakfast, and you know what? Those things were causing inflammation. Okay, for him, it was his immune system was reacting to that. So here's the thing: it's not always an unhealthy food that causes inflammation. Okay, and so with that, these are some other foods, okay, that we look at on the food inflammation test. Again, there's over 132 different foods, from vegetables to beans to spices. Okay, and again, other foods that are looked at: fish, meats, nuts, extracts, seeds, shellfish. So a question that I have for you is: so how do you know what foods cause inflammation for you? Okay. Again, everyone can benefit from eliminating the gluten, the dairy, the soy, the sugar. Again, everyone can benefit because those cause inflammation. But how do you know specifically what foods cause inflammation for you? And this is critical, especially for those people that have made nutritional changes, but still banging your head against the wall. The real way to know what foods are causing inflammation for you is get tested. Okay, and here's the key. Here's key point I want you to understand is that food causes inflammation. Okay, inflammation negatively affects blood sugar as well. Okay, negatively affects blood sugar as well. So again, the second obstacle, to weight loss is blood sugar. Okay. Again, inflammation negatively impacts blood sugar. High blood sugar is inflammatory. Okay, so again, it's just a vicious cycle. Again, everyone will benefit. I want to be very, very clear. Everyone will benefit from eliminating gluten, dairy, sugar, soy, eating whole foods, staying away from the processed foods. Okay, so again, that's what applies to everyone. Okay, as far as diving deeper for people and looking at testing of specifically what can be causing issues for you and your body. Okay, there's some blood markers. Okay, there's some blood markers, blood sugar markers that we will be looking at. One of them is the hemoglobin A1C. Okay, that's the gold standard for diagnosing diabetes. Okay, glucose, talked about that in the comprehensive metabolic panel. That is looking at blood sugar, at a specific instance of time, where your blood sugar is at. But here's the thing: is another key blood marker, okay, that we look at to understand blood sugar levels, okay, is fasting insulin. It's critical. It's critical to understand. Everyone has heard of insulin before. Okay? Insulin is absolutely responsible for regulating blood sugar. So it's absolutely critical. It's critical. But here's the thing: is no one ever measures it. Okay? It's never measured. So even if someone has a blood sugar issue, typically the markers they're going to look at is glucose. They'll likely run an A1C, but they never look at insulin to see where you are fasting insulin. Okay, so if you don't know your insulin level, how can you know if you are insulin resistant? You don't. So you must get tested to know where your levels are at. Okay, and so here's the thing: is not only is blood sugar levels cause inflammation, blood sugar problems leads to other problems as well, and problems with your thyroid, okay, as well as other hormones. Okay, so again, I want to be I want to bring something for everyone. So again, the foundation of today's talk: everyone will benefit from reducing inflammation and normalizing blood sugars. Okay, these things must happen. If you don't reduce inflammation, if you don't normalize blood sugar, you can beat your head against the wall all day long with addressing thyroid issues and other hormones, and you'll never get there. Okay, you'll never get there. Okay, again, inflammation and blood sugar is that critical. Okay, so again, high blood sugar. Okay, high blood sugar negatively affects the thyroid. Okay, and the thyroid. So again, the thyroid is the third leading cause. Okay, or the biggest obstacle to weight loss. Okay, so thyroid levels affects, so again, blood sugar affects thyroid. Thyroid also affects blood sugar. So again, vicious cycle too. Thyroid, okay, the reason why thyroid levels affect blood sugar is thyroid is the primary place for sugar metabolism. Okay, thyroid levels are critical to your metabolism. Here's the thing: I hate to be, the bearer of bad news. The fact of the matter is that thyroid, absolutely affects both men and women. Here's the thing: it just affects females more than males. Okay. Here's the thing: if you don't have appropriate thyroid levels, if thyroid levels are not normal, it will absolutely affect your metabolism. So thyroid hormones are the #1 trigger for metabolism. Okay, and with that, for those that we need to dive deeper and specifically understand, where you're at, we need to look at some specific thyroid markers. Okay, those thyroid markers oftentimes, the common ones that are looked at, are TSH. Okay, and in fact, I had a patient that came to the consultation, the initial consultation, and she goes, "Yeah, I've got thyroid. I've been on thyroid medication. They just measured, TSH." And I go, "Did you realize that TSH isn't a hormone from the thyroid? It's from the anterior pituitary gland. It's not even, And she goes, "I had no idea." Okay, yeah. So some the common thyroid markers, absolutely, TSH. Okay, that's the basic thyroid testing, TSH. Sometimes T4 free. But at a minimum, we will also be looking at, especially in the female panel, we will also be looking at T3 free. Okay, because T3 free is the active thyroid hormone in the body. Okay, so with that, my question, why do most blood tests, okay, only look at TSH and possibly T4? Okay, here's the thing: is because that's how they manage things with medications. Okay? They manage things with medications, and that's why they really just look at TSH, T4. Okay, I want to be clear, there are absolutely some other markers that can be measured regarding the thyroid, and I absolutely have the capacity and the ability to do so when necessary. Okay, but in the female panel, it is going to identify the metabolism component of the thyroid, because here's the thing: is the T3 free is the driver of your metabolism. So if T3 free is the active thyroid hormone in the body and the metabolic driver, how do you know where your T3 free level is at? You gotta measure it. Okay, you gotta measure it, because without proper or a healthy thyroid level, okay, your back is against the wall, especially because when it comes to weight loss. Because again, your T3 free is the driver of your metabolism. You've got to know where you're at. Okay, and here's the thing: again, everyone, okay, is going to benefit from this. Actually, before I get there, let me say it this way. Okay, is that stress is one of the biggest things that will negatively impact the thyroid. Okay, let me say that again. Stress is one of the biggest things that will negatively impact the thyroid. The #1 influencer on thyroid levels is the adrenal glands. Okay, so why does that matter? Why does that matter to know the biggest influencer on thyroid levels is the adrenal glands? Because if someone has thyroid issues that it's affecting weight loss, the #1 way to influence the thyroid is through addressing stress. Okay, everyone's thyroid and metabolism will benefit from stress reduction techniques. Again, that is what the Innate Foundations, okay, program is all about. Again, I talk about enjoy nature, daily gratitude devotionals. Again, those things. So again, if you want the innate foundations, be sure to ask for it when you come into the office, for your adjustment. Okay, and so with that, here's the critical thing to understand is that stress also affects the rest of the hormones. Okay, it affects the rest of the hormones. I'm going to be showing you some other things. Actually, let me just get there right now. Okay, so stress absolutely affects the rest of the hormones. Okay, and the thing about hormones is specifically, that they're just chemical messengers. Okay, they're fuel for the body. They make our body run. Okay, and so here, stress absolutely affects all of these hormones here. Okay. It's interesting, and when I say these hormones here, specifically looking at steroid hormones, okay, and with that, these are hormones like testosterone, estradiol, DHEA, progesterone, pregnenolone, cortisol, okay, are all steroid hormones, okay. Did you realize that all of those hormones, again, critical to the function of the body, they all come from cholesterol? Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you are taking a cholesterol-reducing medication, a statin, what does that ensure is going to happen to your hormones? Yeah, it's going to decrease. They're going to go down. Okay, and then you're going to have a decrease in hormones, and so with that, I'll say it this way: this is a workshop, a webinar, for another time, cholesterol cardiovascular system. But with that being said, we'll do that another time. But to keep this simple, okay, I just want to keep this simple. Most blood work, okay, only looks at two of these hormones, typically progesterone and estradiol. Okay. On our custom panel, we look at several. We're going to be looking at several of these to be able to tell where you are hitting resistance and where your problems are arising from. Okay, this is why it's important to know where your levels are at. Okay, because here's the thing: when it comes to hormones, okay, we got to understand that hormones are a lot like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You remember that story, Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Okay. Here's the thing: is you can have too much hormones, okay, which isn't good. You can have too little hormones, which isn't good, or you can have hormones just right. Okay, so too much, too little, and just right. Our hormones must be just right for our body to run at its best. Okay, and the fact of the matter is that too much stress causes too much cortisol. Too much cortisol, okay? Because again, cortisol, okay, is the main stress hormone. Okay, it's the primary stress hormone and here's what cortisol does. It mobilizes and increases glucose. Okay? So what that does is, the more stress, the more cortisol, it makes you gain weight. Okay, and it also causes sugar dysregulation. So too much cortisol also, to put it simply, drains all your other major hormones. Okay, and so with that, this is definitely more for parents, adults. When you are really stressed out, okay. When you're really stressed out, stress levels are at high levels. How much do you want to do adult behaviors in the bedroom? Hey, it's no coincidence that the other major hormones respond identically. Because again, too much cortisol drains all your major hormones. Okay, for all the hormones. Okay, everyone can benefit. Again, for all the hormones, everyone can benefit from the Innate Foundations program. Okay, so again, applying the 5 essentials. Okay, just another way of saying the 5 essentials. Okay, so again, applying the Innate Foundations principles. So again, the whole food nutrition, structured movement, enjoy nature, daily gratitude and devotionals, regular chiropractic adjustments. Okay, so again, that is going to everyone's going to benefit from doing those things to reduce stress. Okay, so again, cortisol absolutely is a big obstacle when it comes to weight loss. Okay, and so it must be addressed. The next hormone that is critical to weight loss is testosterone. Okay, testosterone affects males and females. It's not just a male hormone. It affects males and females. It absolutely affects energy, motivation. If you don't have normal levels of testosterone, you will not lose weight. Okay, if too low, your body can't lose weight. Specifically, if you look at this test, okay, this lab that I have, in front of you on the screen right here, if you look at the total testosterone, okay, it shows up as normal. Okay, the normal levels is between 60 and 82. It's at 23. Okay, but if you look at the testosterone free, okay, the testosterone free, okay, is the usable or available testosterone. Okay, and again, the normal for the free testosterone is 0.2 to 2.6. Okay, and the marker, okay, this person's blood marker of free testosterone is 0.2. So what that means is they're at the bottom of the barrel, okay, when it comes to free testosterone. So this person will struggle massively with energy, sex drive, weight loss, you name it, they'll have it. So again, how do you know specifically where you're at regarding the hormones, specifically testosterone? Again, it's critical to get tested. Okay, the last hormone, okay, that is critical to weight loss is estradiol. Okay, again, estradiol, okay, is primary estrogen. Okay, here's the thing: is estradiol doesn't just affect women. Okay, absolutely affects men as well, but it's much more predominant in females. Okay, and here's the thing: is if estradiol is too low, your body again, before I get there, our bodies are amazing. Okay, there's an amazing intelligence within the body that's always going to do what it needs to do to protect the system, to protect the body. So again, it's amazingly smart. If estradiol is too low, your body has a way to produce more of it. Okay, and where it comes from is from fat tissue. Okay. So let me be loud and clear. If you don't have enough estradiol hormone, your body will create more of it, and it's going to come from fat tissue. Okay? If estradiol is too high, okay, it absolutely relates to excess fat tissue or extra fat tissue, because again, fat tissue secretes estradiol. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing for specifically, if someone is having a specific issue that's affecting weight loss, they've having struggles with weight loss, we got to find out where their estradiol levels are at, because we must find out how to get estradiol levels down, because it's coming from the excess fat tissue. Too low, too high, both problematic. How do you know where you're at? Again, get tested. Okay, get tested, and here's the thing. Is again, everyone, regarding hormones, everyone is going to benefit from reducing stress. Okay, because that has an impact on reducing cortisol. Cortisol, it drains all your other hormones. So again, everyone is going to benefit from reducing stress when it comes to hormone. Again, look at the Innate Foundations program. So here's the thing: is that you've heard me mention throughout the webinar today many blood markers. Okay, and again, I want to be clear: we have a custom blood work panel, male and female, that measures all of these different things, so we can know based off of where every level is at, where your issues are arising from. Okay, and with that, here is our custom blood work panel. Okay, both male, female, Okay, and so with that, we will be looking at all different different things on this panel. Okay, for most people that have never been tested, but gives us a very specific idea of what's going on and how it's affecting your body's ability to heal and function like it was designed. Specific to both male and female. Okay, and again, critical. Okay, so if you're somebody that is having issues, okay, with weight loss, other issues, okay, I'm going to encourage you to do this test, okay, to do this blood work, and I want to be fully transparent here. You can have these tests done, okay, for the cost of the labs. Okay, you can just, if you're one that is like, yep, I want to have these these tests done, this blood work done. You can absolutely do so at the cost of the lab. And I want to be very, very clear with this new approach that that I'm offering to my patients. I do not make a dime off of the labs. Okay, I don't. Okay, and so with that, okay, if you want the the labs done, certainly you can do that just at the cost of labs. You will get the results, no question asked. Okay. However, if you're wanting me to sit down with you, okay, sit down with you and have me create a personalized game plan for you to address those specific issues, to create a game plan specifically for what you have going on. What you will need is our 3-visit health optimization package. Okay, so what's included in our 3-visit health optimization package, is 3 visits. Okay, with that, the first visit is where we are. It's a consultation. Okay, so we're going to sit down and talk. Okay, specifically about what's going on, what your health issues are, what your goals are, and what you would see, what you would like to see happen. Okay, and so the consultation is all about identifying the appropriate tests for your specific problem. So identify exactly what testing needs to be done. Okay, and again, I want to be very, very clear, is that again, I do not make a dime off the labs, the testing. I am giving you doctor pricing when they give me, the doctor, a better price than what they would charge patients. I am doing that. Okay, so with that, most of the labs, okay, you pay the lab directly, but if they give the doctor better pricing, I have you pay the office directly. Again, the office does not make a dime off those tests. Okay, so again, that first visit, the consultation, is identifying what tests you need for your specific problem. The second visit, okay, is so you've had your blood work done, you've had, and I want to be very, very, very clear here before I go on to the second visit. For most people listening to today, absolutely, the blood work, the food inflammation test is where most people will start. But there are some people that are listening, that have an autoimmune issue, okay, or have a GI issue, or have neurotransmitter issues. Okay, with that, I want to run the specific, the appropriate test for your appropriate, problem. So that's where that consultation is really, really critical. Okay, to make sure that we're running the right test. I don't want to just run one test if you're dealing with MS, or if you're dealing with lupus, or if you're dealing with an immune system problem, or Crohn's, or celiac disease, or ulcerative colitis. Okay, I want to make sure that we run the appropriate tests for you, so we can get the understanding of what's affecting your body's ability to heal and function like it was designed. So once we get those results back. Okay, the second visit is a review of findings and recommendations. Okay, so I'm gonna go over those labs, the blood work or the stool test, the neurotransmitter test, or whatever it may be. Okay, and really explain how it applies to you, how it's affecting your body's ability to heal and function, and go over recommendations. And when I go over recommendations, really I'm creating a game plan to address your specific issues, to what's affecting your body's ability to heal and function, like it was designed. And so with that, that's going to be looking at different herbs. It's going to be looking at different supplements, medicinal mushrooms, if necessary. Okay. With that, the third visit is really one of the most important visits, if not the most important visit, because that's the follow-up. So typically it happens a month after the game plan has been started. Okay, so the person has been on the game plan for a month, and the third visit is the follow-up to make sure that we're on the right track. Okay, that we're heading in the right direction. If there's any tweaks or changes that we need to make, we will address those there. Okay, and so with that, the cost, okay, the cost for the 3-visit package, is $500. Okay, and with that, I want to be very, very clear. Okay, the lab tests, okay, and the supplements are in addition to the 3-visit package. So again, the 3-visit package does not include the testing or the supplements. Okay, so again, I just want to be fully transparent with everyone and let you know that the lab tests, supplements are in addition. I will talk about the lab tests in the consultation, and I will talk about the supplements, herbs, those things in the review of findings. Okay, so I like to be fully transparent. Those are in addition to the cost for the 3-visit package is $500. And so I want to be very, very clear for everyone that my goal for everyone with what I'm offering, now in the office, is with the health optimization package. I want to be clear. I don't want. There's two things I want to be clear on. Is that I don't want to keep seeing people on this side. Okay, I absolutely want to keep seeing you for your adjustments. Okay, but I don't want to keep doing consultations, these things. And secondly, I don't want you to have to keep taking things, supplements, herbs. Okay, for the rest of your life. Okay, I will say is that I absolutely know that there are absolutely foundational supplements that every single person can benefit from taking for the rest of their life, and that can be fish oil, vitamin D3, and multivitamin, some other things for the gut. But with that, I don't want people. I don't want to keep seeing people on this side of things, and I don't want to have people continually having to take something. Okay, I want to get to the underlying cause of the problem, allow your body to heal and function, like it was designed. And in order for us to be able to do that, it's a process. Okay, it's a process. I must get the information or understand how your body is adapting, the physiological adaptation, and we got to do the work up front to get there. Okay, but in so doing, I don't want you to do anything unnecessary, either from testing or for having to take different supplements or herbs. Okay, so with that, if that is something that you want to participate in, okay, if that is if you want to do the 3-visit health optimization package, and you haven't talked to me already, be sure to talk to me in the office. Okay, talk to me in the office. Talk to Maddie, and just let us know. Hey, I listened to the webinar. I want to dive in. I have been doing what Dr. Ryan has talked about in the past, but I know I need to go deeper. Okay, I know I need to go deeper, and I want to do this. And so then with that, what we need to do is we need to get you scheduled for that that consultation. So we can absolutely do that in the office. You will get some, when you make that appointment, you'll get some paperwork to bring to that consultation. I want to see recent blood work, lab tests, again to fully understand where you're at. Okay, so again, if that's something that you want to do, if that's a step that you want to take, be sure to talk to myself or Maddie next time you're in the office, or at any time in the future, and we would be happy to get that going for you. Okay, again, everyone, I want to be clear, everyone can benefit from starting to apply. Okay, applying the 5 essentials. Okay, applying the Innate Foundations program. Okay, so just do it. Okay, just do it. Again, if you want this, talk to Maddie. She can get you a copy of this in the office for your next adjustment. Okay, with that, for anybody that has a friend or a family member, and you're like, hey, I know that they have issues with their spine, their nervous system, they're having this issue, this problem, and I want to get them into the office. And the best way to do that is through our friends and family discounts. The first 3 visits for $99. That is going to be the exam, the X-rays, the first adjustment, the test afterwards, and a complete report of finding. Usually that's $225, but since you referred them, it'll just be $99. Okay, so again, I'm excited for the new things, the additional things that I'm going to be offering in the office. It's going to help us, help me help you get better results, identify what are the underlying issues that are inhibiting your body's ability to heal and function like it was designed. So again, I'm super excited. If you want to take advantage, just let us know. And otherwise, we have a great afternoon, a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time in the office for your adjustment. Thank you.